Joining us from Washington is Massachusetts Congressman Ed Markey, who chairs the House Subcommittee on Energy and the Environment. Congressman, good morning.
Thank you. Glad to be with you.
What is your reaction to CEO Tony Hayward finally losing his job?
Well, he was the commander-in-chief of BP. He helped to create the culture that shortchanged safety. He was in charge when BP was saying that only 1,000 barrels of oil per day were going into the Gulf of Mexico, when they said only 5,000 barrels of oil per day were going into the Gulf of Mexico. We know that it's 35 to 60,000 barrels per day. That delayed the response. And we know that his attitude all along was to get his life back and limit liability for BP, when his first concern should have been the livelihood of the people in the Gulf of Mexico.
Bob Dudley is supposed to take his place. Already we've gotten reaction from Kenneth Feinberg, who's the arbitrator who's been put in charge of the disbursement of this $20 billion fund. And Feinberg says this is a good idea. This is a good move. What do you think?
Well, you know, Bob Dudley was part of the team all along. And in fact, he's the one who announced that they would have the relief well completed by July 27th, which also happened to be the day when the quarterly financial reports of BP were due. That was too much of a coincidence, again, in terms of limiting liability, increasing the share value of BP. So I'm hopeful that Mr. Dudley will be more responsible, but a total change in the culture of this company is necessary.
You know, we are so, I guess, hopeful is the word, is best word to use, as we look at the picture from down in the bottom of the sea and see no more oil coming out. But this is so really just a phase of this entire process, because there's still more oil in the water, and there are tens of thousands of lives of people who've been affected by this.
Well, remember, even if you can't see as much oil on the surface, that hundreds of thousands of gallons of chemicals were shot into the oil as it came out of the well. As a result, under the surface of the ocean, there are millions and millions of gallons of oil with this chemical dispersant attached to it. And so, yes, the consequences of this spill are going to go on for months and potentially for years. And everyone should be aware that this is something that is not going to end for a long time.
Congressman Ed Markey, we do appreciate your time this morning, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.